Hello, my good people. This is Regina Joseph. Let me sit well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Kindly hit that subscription button and subscribe for me. My people, we are load to 900 subscribers. May God bless you for subscribing. Give your friend to subscribe. And today, I am here ready to tell you the story that I told you about yesterday. Remember, I told you that I have got episode per episode that I will be sharing with you about my daughter's sickness. And today I'll be telling you the sickness that would cost me 1.2 M. And remember, I told you I was so broke, I had no money. Now I want to tell you the journey that made us go to the hospital, and the doctors realized the sickness that my daughter has. And my people, let me now clarify to you the things that I have gone through as a mother. And my daughter fell sick on that day. I remember it very well. It is last year, and we had to take her to the hospital. She was coughing and she had a fever, and she had stayed with that cough for almost a month. We had gone to different hospitals. She had taken medication, but the cough was not going away. And we decided to go in a private hospital. And my people, sorry, I will not mention the names of the hospital, but just know that I went in a private hospital. And I remember very well on that day, I took my daughter to the hospital. She had high fever and she was coughing. And when I went, I normally say it's God's angel, because I met one doctor. She was young and she looked at Chantel and she told me, "Have I ever seen you?" I told her yes. "And why have you come?" I told her that my daughter is sick. She has got a cough. I briefed her how she was faring, and I told her that she has stayed with that cough for almost a month. And she looked at Chantel and she told me, she needs to be done some tests, because for a cough, you are not supposed to stay with a cough for more than a week." And she told me, "Mama Chantel, there are some tests that you are going to undertake." And my daughter was coughing. No mucus was coming out. It was a dry cough and a fever that was above 37.5. And when she told me that we are supposed to take some tests, I was somehow resistant, because I feared. My daughter was 3 years. With the test, with the x-ray, I had to ask some questions. And that's when she told me, "Mama Chantel, we have to risk. Let's do chest x-ray." That's what we started with. We did the x-ray, and let me tell you, my people, the results were out. And you know what the doctor told me? "I will not determine the disease that I'm suspecting. We are going to do echo." My people, let me show you. Because I normally carry these papers, I normally keep them, because when she grows up, I'll show her this. Let me first of all show you this. I will not show you the name of the hospital. This was the first test that my daughter underwent. You can see how it is. This one is for the heart. And let me tell you something. My daughter was put in a machine full of things here. Me, I've never seen such. And we had to wait. Me, I thank that doctor, because he tried his best. I went in the echo room. My daughter was placed in those machines. And let me tell you, my people, my daughter, she had no signs of that disease. And so the doctor kept on asking, how comes she is coughing? They never found anything, but the doctor said there must be something because of the cough and the fever. So it took almost 1.5 hours, and I had to wait, and wait. And let me tell you, I saw the doctor saying that he has found the problem, and I was somehow happy, because I never knew the problem. And so the doctor told me, "You have to wait for the results so that you can take back to the doctor." So me, I took the results, which is here. I had to take it to the doctor. And the doctor looked at me. She bent her head, looked at me again, and told me, "Mama Chantel, do you know what the problem with your daughter?" I said no. And she told me, when someone is giving birth, every kid must cry, and there are some holes in the heart that normally close within a week. But for Chantel, it never closed completely. She has heart shunt. You know, my people, the words that the doctors normally use. And I had to ask, what is a heart shunt? Do you know, sometimes I had even to Google with my phone and see what that means. And that's when she told me that the problem with your daughter is that she has got heart shunt that didn't close when she was born. It needs to be closed. Let me tell you, my people, I had to ask her like 10 times because me, I didn't believe. You know me, what I know. People with heart shunt, they normally have problems. My daughter breastfeed well. She used to eat so well. She was so jovial. She would play. And then I'm here asking myself, how come she has got this heart shunt? And my people, let me tell you, kids are suffering. If you want to know the problem, the signs and symptoms of this heart shunt, one, cough that doesn't disappear. Your daughter will keep on coughing, on coughing, on coughing. Fever, normally have fever. And another thing about the heart shunt, coughing, fever, dust is another thing. Your kid will keep on asking for water, 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 going to the toilet all the time. My daughter used to ask for water all the time because she is sweating. Remember, she is also coughing. So she must keep on drinking water because she is always thirsty. And that's when we realized there is a problem. And something else, wherever she used to sleep, she would get up at night and you'll find that she's getting choked with something and she was trying to find some fresh air. Then that's why we realized there is a problem. And anytime she used to sweat here at the back, when she's waking up in the morning, it was all watery. And those are the signs that I realized with my daughter. And my people, the reason as to why I'm giving out this story, I found out that many kids and many parents don't know about this heart shunt. And that's when the doctor told me that it's an emergency. You need to find some cash. And you know what? She told me that I'm going to give you details of another hospital where you're supposed to take your kid. And I had to ask her, how much are we talking about? And she told me because it's a private hospital, you have to find 1.2 M. And I had to ask, is it an emergency? Is it a must that it must be done? I thought maybe the way she's growing up, it will close on itself. But she told me, no, you have to go for an operation, which I never agreed. And I told her, let me go and think about it. Just give me the result. Let me go home, talk to my family, and we are going to know what we are going to do. That's why I carried this. And my people, I went back home. I told my husband what we have been told. We were so stressed, and we decided. And before I went home, I told the doctor, now because I had come to the hospital because my daughter was coughing, where is the medication? And you know what she told me? I will not give you any medication because even though I give you medication, the problem is not coughing, the problem is with the heart. I told her, so I'm supposed to go home. And she told me, you have to go home just like that, go find the cash, and your daughter will be operated. But me, I kept on telling God, there is no way my daughter will be operated, and there is no way my daughter will have that sickness. So we went back home. Remember, we have not been treated. The cough is there. We are being told to look for cash. What would you do? We just had to go back home, relax, and try to find other alternative. So my people, when I went home, broke the news to my husband. We didn't agree. And you know why we were not agreeing? Because my daughter never looked sick. It's only the cough and the fever. And you know, the fever was not coming at all the times. So it was only the cough that made us go to the hospital. And here, we are going to the hospital to be treated the cough, and they're coming out of the hospital at our daughter has got heart problem. We didn't believe, and we had to disagree with those results, my people. So we sat down and said we are going to look for another alternative. And that is now when the second hospital comes in. And my people, in my next episode, I'll be telling you whether the other hospital realized the same problem or it was another journey. So my people, wait for the next video and you'll know what the second hospital told us. And now all these are results. I'll be showing you one by one. These are from the different hospitals that we went. And now there is no way I will finish my video without cooking. Let me now go direct to the kitchen, prepare something we have to eat so that I'll get the energy of briefing you about my daughter's journey. My followers, if you see any kid having those symptoms, it's good to go for an echo because that one will do good instead of waiting until the problems become so big. So it's good to follow your kids, learn what she is doing, the coughing, the sweating, the thirsty. If she feels a lot of thirsty, go to the hospital and echo will be done and they will know whether it's a heart problem. Let's now go to the kitchen and let me prepare supper. I know you have learned something from that story. And before I cook, let me clean my hands. Today we are going to cook simple meal. And below are the ingredients that I'm going to use. Today there is no way we are going to eat the kales alone. We are going to mix. Here comes the beans. You can see the tomatoes, the onions, and the kales are here. I've already cut them. And it's now time for me to put the cooking oil. We are going to wait for the cooking oil to heat well. On the other side, let me arrange my Royco cube. You know when you're cooking your kales, Royco cube will do better for it. It will add the flavor. Let's wait for the cooking oil to heat. Let's now put our spring onions. We are going to put the tomatoes. Let's cover. tomatoes and onions well cooked. Let me now put the Royco cube. I also put my salt. Today I'm telling you, my people, we are not going to take a lot of time in the kitchen. I'm just going to cook very simple. Let me hold here to make sure that my Royco cube dissolves. And now we are first of all going to put the beans. Today we have to mix our protein and our green. We are going to cover. Let's wait for them to boil. Cooking the beans. And now it's time for me to put my kales. We are going to mix. Leo tutachanganya kila kitu. Now let me put them here. Leo tutakula ugali, sukuma na rojo. I'm telling you, this one is normally very delicious. And this is what we'll be eating. Let me cover just for a minute and then I'm going to turn. My 1 minute is over. Let me now turn so that I can mix my sukuma wiki and the beans. To cut out the yam. Let me check the salt. Yeah. My people, if you don't have meat, when you mix your sukuma wiki and the beans, it's like you have already eaten meat because this one is protein and it's normally very, very, very delicious. And just like that, we are done cooking our food. Very simple, very quick, and it's one of the quickest method of cooking kales and beans. That is what we'll be eating. And here comes my ugali. I will not cook another ugali. We are going to eat this. Let me now put this. Me, I do love eating a lot of greens. Yeah. Just like that. This is what we'll be eating. Let me go direct to my dining and so that I can eat. There is no way I can forget my glass of water. Sasa ni kwenda kurarua ugali. Right. Hey. My people, look at that scales. My hands are clean. I'll be using my bare hands to eat because I don't like eating ugali with a spoon. May the Lord bless the food before I take. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. And dear God, for those who don't have food, provide for them so that they'll also have something to put on their mouth. And now let me eat. I have to taste what I've cooked. So yummy. Let me now take a glass of water, my people. My good people, you see why I always tell you Regina Joseph kitchen is so simple and easy. Look at this plate of food. This one you can even find them next to your door. You just have to boil your beans, kales, and ugali, and you have to eat well. And my people, follow that story that I've told you. I know it will touch someone. Heart shunt are so common. A lot of kids have got that problem. Anytime you see your daughter coughing so much or your son coughing so much, sweating, drinking a lot of water, take caution and go to the hospital. Maybe they can save a life. And let's meet in the next video. And I'm going to tell you what happened after the doctor said my daughter has got that problem. And bye-bye. Kindly subscribe. Hit the subscription button. Subscribe for me and God will bless you. Bye bye. Good night. Good morning. Good evening, depending with your time. Bye bye. Mwah.